Hi, I'm Whitney with rosegoldmama.com, and I want to talk to you today about worry. Worry is real. Like the one thing, maybe my mom tried to tell me before I became a mother, but I didn't really understand it, is just how much you worry. These little precious tiny lives are suddenly your responsibility. And it's not just keeping them alive, right? Like you have to keep them alive, and you have to bring them up to be self-sustaining adults and people who are going to make the world a better place. And like, it's a lot. And then suddenly, once you're responsible for these lives, like your job becomes that much more important to hold on to, because it's how you keep food on the table and a roof over their heads. And, you're also trying to protect them from like the evil that is literally lurking around every corner. It's like you're watching everyone who's walking down the street, and worry is real. All I'm saying is worry is real. If you are a mom, you worry non-stop. And that's okay, unless you're at the point where the worry is stealing your joy, right? When worry steals your joy, it's not okay. It's okay when it keeps you planning and proactive and safe, right? Child-proofing is a thing. You worry about your kid falling and hitting their head on the pointy table corner, and then you cover it up, right? That kind of worry is helpful. But if that worry progresses and starts to eat away at you and steal your joy, then it is no longer healthy, and you need to do something about it, because you don't want your joy to be stolen, not by worry. Because you know what? Worry is usually about something that's not real and never going to happen. So why would you give your joy up to something that's fake? And that's the thing I think that I really just want to share and make sure you hear, is we spend so much time worrying about things that will never happen. And when you worry, you really take yourself to a future place, right? Because you're thinking about something that might happen in the future way out there. And by taking yourself to that future place, you're removing yourself from the present. You are removing yourself from the moment that you are in, and you are losing that moment to a unhappy future state that may never happen. And that's no good. So let's talk about the 4 things you can do with worry. 3 of them are awesome, and 1 of them is something you should never, ever do when it comes to dealing with your worry. The first is to address it. The second is to file it. The third is to let it go. And the 4th is to fester in it. So the 4th is clearly the one that you should not be doing. Do not fester in your worry. If there is something that is bothering you, don't sit and let it continue to consume you, right? Because that is how your joy gets stolen, and that keeps you from being present, and that keeps you living in fear, which is no bueno. So instead of festering in your worry, do one of the 3 things that the other 3 things I just said. So the first is to address it. If you're worried about something and you can handle it in the moment, then by all means handle it. Like, get it done, mama. Whatever that worry is, you're like, oh no, I'm concerned Junior is going to get electrocuted because the socket is open. Go get one of those little plastic pluggy things, plug it in, be done with the worry. If you're worried about something and you can't address it in the moment, then file it away for later, right? Pick the time that you're actually going to address the worry, and then don't worry about it again until that time comes. So for example, you're sitting at the dinner table and you've got a road trip coming up, and you're like, oh, if we're on the road trip, what if the car battery dies and then we get stuck in the middle of nowhere? And then you spiral, right? Because we can spiral, and suddenly you're all lost in the woods and hungry for months. File it away, right? You're not going to get up from the dinner table in that moment and check the car battery, but maybe you're going to do it directly after dinner, or maybe you're going to do it the next morning. Pick a time to address it, right? You're worried about the car battery, go check the battery. And then once you decide when you're going to do it, just wait until you actually do it. The last is to let it go. Just let it go. Hear the worry, feel the worry, acknowledge the worry, and then acknowledge that it's very unlikely this thing is going to happen, or and that there's nothing you can do about it, right? I feel like sometimes the worries that we fester in the most are the ones that we actually can't control the outcome of. And there is no point in spending all your time thinking about something that you can't actually impact. So just let it go. If you are having trouble letting it go, if you have one of those persistent worries, something that's kind of always in your head, always eating the back of you, you can do a little ritual, like a little activity to help you let it go. Because sometimes when you do something physically, it helps your brain to oh, this is what I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to let this thing go. And so my favorite thing to do with the worries that I can't let go of is to burn them. Yes, fire. Write it down on a piece of paper, whatever that thing is that's worrying you, fold it up and burn it. If you're not comfortable using fire, which I get it, if you don't want to, bury it, right? Go find it, put it in the park, pull up some land. If you are near the beach, dig through the sand, bury that thing and let the universe and God take care of it. Just physically get it out of your system and then give it away. Let it go. Worry is real. It is a huge part of motherhood. It keeps us safe, right? It keeps our babies safe. So there's nothing wrong with that unless it's stealing your joy. So just, make sure that you're handling your worry in a productive way, which is to either address it, file it away for later, or simply let it go. Do not fester in your worry. If you like that idea of burning your worry or burying it someplace, right, for God and the universe to take care of, then check out my blog, rosegoldmama.com. M-A-M-A is how I spell mama, rosegoldmama.com. And there are some really cool kind of flashcards or not really flashcards, but little worry cards that you can print out. Download them, print them out, write your worry down, and then let it go. Just let it go. Thanks for watching.